Paul, thanks for joining us this morning. We switch our attention to the FA Cup. What were your memories of the great competition growing up?
Growing up, my first cup final was Liverpool-Newcastle in 1974 when I went with my whole family, and Wembley was a day out. Unbelievably amount of times watching Liverpool at Wembley. Then lucky enough a playing career. I think we had a good cup run at Wigan when I was a kid. We got beat by Leeds in the quarter-final. Got beat by Chelsea in the quarter-final for Wolves. And got beat by Watford in the quarter-final for Burnley. And luckily enough, we had an amazing cup run in 18 with Wigan, where we obviously knocked Man City out, West Ham and Bournemouth, which was a fantastic feeling for everyone connected with the club, not just myself, the staff, the players, the supporters. We lost to Southampton again in the quarter-final. So hopefully if we can get to the quarter-final with Ipswich this year, I'm sure our supporters will be absolutely delighted. But before we get carried away, and that's the good thing about the FA Cup, it allows you to dream and think, and who would we love in that round and that round. We've got a difficult tie with Oldham tomorrow, and we have to put all our attention and concentration into that.
That 1974 one, of course, just 4 years before this club won the competition. Do you have any memories of that?
Not of Ipswich. I'm only kidding to our Ipswich support. Of course you do. For Ipswich fans, it's like a lot of big clubs. They'll always look back to the last trophies they've won and the last big successes they won. And Ipswich had a very, very strong football team in them days. Carrying before them in Europe, not just as well as England, but in Europe as well. So, and them lads are historically really well remembered at this football club. So tomorrow it's a small step for our lads. It's the first round. It's a home tie against Oldham. We'll be backed by another great crowd. Supporters are unbelievably behind the players at the minute and the club. And we want to deliver for them, that's for sure.
Of course, it is just the first round, but like you said, you dare to dream in the FA Cup. Delving in a little bit deeper into that Wigan Cup run, what was that like? What did it do for the club?
That's great. It just, yourself, with the media attention that comes to the club, and it can sometimes sidetrack you. We were a League One team at the time trying to go for promotion. But then all of a sudden it's match of the day, it's the cameras are here, and that's the good thing about the club. It brings so much excitement to any club that, the cameras visit. This weekend there'll be some shocks like there is every weekend, and we've got to make sure tomorrow we're not one. Our team selection for our supporters, I don't mind telling them, will emphasise how serious we're taking the competition. And then if we can get through, we'll be in round 2, and the big competition we all want to be in is round 3 of the FA Cup, where we sit there hopefully all wanting different ties and different draws. So let's take one hurdle at a time. We've got a really difficult one tomorrow in Oldham. It's a tough game, and we'll approach that with the maximum optimism.
I know you won't want to go into team selection, but should players be presented with an opportunity, you want them to grab it like they have done in the other games?
Yeah, listen, 100%. I think, we've got a really good squad of players here, all wanting to play, all challenging each other now to spare themselves on. We've had a great result midweek on the back of a disappointing result at Plymouth, and that's football. You've got to keep going, you've got to keep believing in what you do. Tomorrow we go into a tie at home where we've got, I think, 22 players available, probably the biggest number we've had available this season, and everyone wanting to play.
Unfortunately, Paul, tough times for Oldham in recent years. What do you expect from them tomorrow?
Again, yeah, tough times for Oldham as a football club. I know their supporters have been really disappointed with some aspects of what's going on at the club. Historically, traditionally a fantastic club. Yeah. Really, really good club, going back to the days where Joe Royle had them obviously in the Premier League, and really exciting times at Wembley playing against Manchester United, and them fans will remember them days. Keith's obviously got a difficult job at the minute in trying to restore them back to where the supporters, and I'm sure everyone at the club want them to be. And it does take time. For whatever the reasons Oldham are where they are, they're certainly not Keith Curle's inheritance or what he's done. He's picking up the pieces from that. So, it's an opportunity for Oldham to come away from the league, which is always good. It's a different distraction, and it's a chance for them. I wouldn't call it a giant killing, if I'll be honest, because I think Oldham are a really good football club, but an opportunity for them to take a scalp, that's for sure.
Before your time, of course, Paul, but the recent cup run at the club isn't the best, so you're looking to shake that. And is there a sense of optimism going into it, do you think?
Listen, I said before, the biggest compliment I can pay our supporters at the minute is how much they stay with the team. It's something that when I go to other grounds and I watch games now, supporters turn on their own team so quickly now, and that negativity transmits through the club. Our supporters, amongst a really difficult start to the season, all they have offered is energy, optimism and support, and that was none more so felt than at Wickham on Tuesday night, where everything come together.
Thank you, Paul.